What if I told you that you could start your own country?
Not a business, not a startup, a country with its own laws, flag, currency, and borders. Sounds impossible, right? Yet, countries like the United States, South Sudan, and Kosovo didn't always exist. They were created by people who dared to imagine something new. So today, we're breaking down, step by step, how a new country is actually born. Not in theory, but in the real world. And trust me, this is way more complicated, risky, and fascinating than you think. Starting a country isn't about planting a flag and declaring independence. It's about power, people, land, money, and recognition. In this video, you'll learn the legal rules behind forming a country, the real-world steps nations have taken, why most attempts fail, and whether starting a new country today is even possible. Let's begin with the first and most important ingredient. Every country needs territory. No land, no country. There are only 3 realistic ways to get land. Break away from an existing country. This is how most new nations form. Examples. The United States broke away from Britain, Bangladesh from Pakistan, South Sudan from Sudan. But here's the problem. The parent country usually doesn't agree, which leads to political conflict, economic sanctions, or full-scale war. Independence is rarely peaceful. 2. Unclaimed land. Almost impossible. People love the idea of finding free land.
Reality check. Almost every inch of Earth is claimed. Even Antarctica is governed by international treaties. So unless humanity colonizes Mars, this option is basically dead. 3. Buy or lease land. Sounds easy, but it's not. No country wants to sell sovereignty. You can buy land, yes, but not independence. That's why billionaire-led new country projects usually fail. A country isn't land, it's people. You need citizens, workers, soldiers, taxpayers. But here's the catch. People won't follow you unless you offer something better. That's why revolutions happen when people feel oppressed, economies collapse, governments lose legitimacy. The United States wasn't founded by dreamers alone. It was founded by people fed up with British rule. No people, no nation. You can't run a country on vibes. You need a constitution, a legal system, clear leadership. Ask yourself, who has power? How are leaders chosen? What rights do citizens have? America's Constitution became powerful because it limited government, protected freedoms, created balance of power. Without structure, your country becomes chaos or a dictatorship. A new country without money will collapse fast. You need taxes, trade, natural resources, or innovation. Ask, what does your country sell? Why would anyone trade with you? How do citizens earn income? Many new nations fail because they depend on foreign aid, lack industry, can't control inflation. No economy equals no independence. This is uncomfortable, but true. A country must defend itself. You need border control, law enforcement, military or defense force. Why? Because without force, stronger nations will pressure you, control you, or erase you. The US survived its early years because it could defend its independence. Peace requires strength. This is the biggest obstacle. You can declare independence today, but if no one recognizes you, you don't exist. Recognition comes from the United Nations, powerful countries like the US, China, EU. Without it, you can't trade freely, you can't use international banking. You remain isolated. This is why some regions function like countries, but legally aren't. Recognition is power. Let's look at real attempts. Success, United States. Strong leadership, popular support, military victory, foreign recognition, France. Success, South Sudan. Long struggle, UN support, global recognition. Failure, Sealand, a platform in the ocean.
Declared independence. No recognition.
No power. You would need millions of supporters,
powerful allies, strategic timing, and massive resources. In today's world, borders are protected.
Power is centralized.
Freedom is controlled. Starting a country is no longer a romantic dream. It's a geopolitical nightmare. Every country you see today was once just an idea. But ideas only survive when people believe, systems work, power is secured. The United States proved that a nation can be built, but it came at a heavy cost. So the real question isn't, can you start a new country?
It's, are you ready to fight for one?
If you enjoyed this deep dive, like the video, comment, would you join a new country? Subscribe for more powerful history and geopolitics.